What up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we will be doing the Raw recap and the review for the May 18th episode. We had a pretty good episode. A lot of it's kind of the same stuff over and over again. It's not bad, but we did a little bit of switch ups. We got a huge shock. So overall, good episode. So let's get into it. We start the show off by Roman Reigns coming to entering the arena and saying that he's going to go to the ring and call out Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu beats him there. Fatu immediately goes to the ring, and then the Usos, and he calls Roman to the ring, and the Usos music hits. They come out, Jay's crashing out with a steel chair in hand, while Jimmy is kind of being the peacemaker, and he's trying to stop Jay from hitting Jacob and trying to create some peace here. Eventually, it all implodes, and Jay Uso goes to swing the chair and take out Jacob Fatu, which Jacob Fatu absolutely destroys both the Usos, taking out Jay. Jimmy tries to help. He takes out Jimmy, and then Jey Uso hits him with the steel chair, and Jacob absolutely no-sells the steel chair shot. Anyways, after that, Roman comes to the ring, and they begin going back and forth between Roman and Fatu. They begin fighting, and eventually the Usos jump in, and we get a full bloodline beatdown by the Usos and Roman Reigns on Jacob Fatu. They put him in the ropes, get him all tangled up in the ropes. They start doing the tandem super kicks, Superman punches by Roman Reigns. They just go back and forth, and they beat the crap out of Jacob Fatu. So the Usos and Roman Reigns leave the ring, and Jacob Fatu picks up a mic and says tribal combat. He challenges Roman to tribal combat at Backlash, which is what we got. Overall, I think this segment was really good. It's kind of the same thing, just pure beatdowns, but we finally had Roman get the upper hand, and Roman standing tall on Jacob Fatu with the help of the Usos, which I thought was a brilliant play by WWE. It obviously still gives that aura to Jacob Fatu that he is unstoppable, unbeatable, and that Roman needed the Usos on a 3-on-1 attack to even take him out. And Jacob Fatu was still crazy enough to call him out to tribal combat, and that he's still a psychopath, and that he does not care. He's still willing to go through hell to get to that world championship. And overall, great segment. And then obviously for Roman Reigns, it kind of has fully reunited him with the Usos, and that they're fully on his side for right now, and that they are under him. He controls them. So we're going to get that tribal combat match between Roman and Fatu to see who's the tribal chief. So overall, the show started off with a bang, and I'm glad WWE put this at the beginning of the show, because them main eventing the show every single week kind of was getting a little stale. It was getting boring. We knew what was going to happen, and we knew Roman Reigns was going to end the show. But so them to just start it off and then not hear from them pretty much for the rest of the night, besides some backstage segments, I thought it was a good spot here by WWE. And obviously, we got our answer going forward. This feud's going to continue, and I'm glad for it, because it needs to continue, and we need to get a real definitive end, and obviously continue on with the bloodline stuff. Next, we get Finn Balor versus JD McDonough in a street fight. Originally, when I saw this match, I didn't know it was a street fight, and I was kind of pissed off, because it's rinse and repeat with the Judgment Day versus the Finn Balor, this rivalry that's continued on and hasn't really gone anywhere. And before Mania, they completely just threw it under the rug and forgot about it, and it kind of really lost steam. But anyways, they threw the stipulation of a street fight on here, which I thought really saved it. I mean, it did a really good job. I mean, it's a normal street fight, the normal stuff with tables, chairs, kendo sticks. We had a cool spot where JD McDonough, they're fighting out in the arena in the fans, and JD McDonough does a backflip off some equipment boxes onto Finn Balor, which it was a nutty spot. JD McDonough is fearless, as everyone knows. He is great in the ring. A shotgun drop kick through the table. And eventually, Dirty Dom comes out and starts to cheat and help JD McDonough. It ends with them setting up Finn to take a 619, and Finn pulls JD. He ends up getting 619 by Dominic by accident, and then Finn grabs a trash can, hits Dom over the head, puts it on JD McDonough, and hits a coup de grace on him. So that was the end of that match. So overall, it was a good, entertaining match. It was a fun match. The thing is, where can they really go from here? The commentary kind of hinted at it with saying oh, what's gonna happen after this, which is kind of hinting at they're gonna continue this, and I just don't see how they can really do any better with it. They really let it steamed off this rivalry between the Judgment Day and Finn Balor. So I think it's just going to be a continuation and a continuation. It ain't going to go nowhere, which is really unfortunate because I really wanted it to go somewhere and culminate with something big. But I think it's just going to be this mid-card feud to keep these guys on television. And it just sucks, man, because we've had 3 matches in a row with Finn and JD, and we get a street fight. So that's going to be the end of that. And obviously, it's going to continue with Finn somehow down the line getting a match with Dom, and he's going to win that. I mean, there's just no substance here. It lost all its heat. So the match was good. I'll give them that. It was fun street fight. But overall, the continuation of this just doesn't intrigue me at all whatsoever. So there's that. And then we get a backstage with Seth Rollins getting interviewed by Kathy Kelly. He basically just challenges one or all or any of the Vision members to a match, and I will later get that later on in the night. And then we get another great segment here. We have a backstage segment with Byron Saxton, I believe it was, and Sol Ruca. He's interviewing Sol Ruca about stuff and how Sol Ruca's come up short just a little bit the past few weeks, and Becky Lynch interrupts, and she basically tells Sol to get out of there, and Becky Lynch, being the great worker that she is just the most obnoxious. She's getting more and more obnoxious every single week, and I fucking love it, man. She's just taking things so far and being so ridiculous that it's just so entertaining. But anyway, she tells Sol Ruca to leave, and Sol just says, "All right, I'll leave. She's right. I'll get out of here." But the funny thing is, Sol goes to the ring, and they immediately go back and start cutting the promo or in the ring in front of the fans, which I thought was very interesting. I've never seen that where they start in the back and they immediately just says one person says, "I'm going to the ring," and the other person follows them to the ring. That was kind of cool. I like that. I mean, it's nothing big or nothing, but I just thought it was interesting. But anyways, she calls Becky to the ring and challenges her to a match. And Becky says she's not going to do it on Raw. She's going to do it at Saturday Night's Main Event. And they continue on going back and forth. And Sol says she's going to take the title. And Becky says, no. She ain't taking the title. The match is not going to be for the title. So Becky was just being absolutely ridiculous. She had to do her... She's the best in the world, and it's not just her saying it. It's sports. She had to do that over because Sol interrupted her. It was just great. Like I've said the past several weeks, this feud is going to be phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how long they're continuing it or how many matches they're going to have with it because Becky Lynch is needed in the main event scene, in my opinion, or Sol Ruca could be in there too, but I don't know how long they're going to progress this or how many matches they're going to have between these two, but it's just good. It's just so good because I love Sol Ruca. Obviously, in ring, she is phenomenal. I love watching her wrestle. I love watching her on TV. She's just amazing. And then Becky Lynch is just so goddamn good. She's just I have nothing bad to say about Becky Lynch besides that she's just so fucking annoying that she's good at her job. So, can't wait to see the match at Saturday Night's Main Event. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be for the title, but we'll see what happens there. Next, we got the OG Americanos versus the El Grande Americanos. That's what I'm just gonna call them now. It was a nice high-flying match. We had triple moonsaults, them flying all around, people doing backflips, diving, top rope moves. It was pretty chaotic, I'm going to add. I mean, and again, the El Grande Americanos, they load their masks up and start to cheat, but the match was overall entertaining. The crowd, they didn't seem too hype about it, but in the end, they were cheering for the match and saying that this is awesome. I believe there's this is awesome chance. They were getting hyped for the match because in ring it was good. So my only gripe on it is just the same thing I've been saying over and over again, that it's just the crowds here just don't care about this feud, and WWE hasn't done a good job translating it from Mexico to here. But overall, the match was really good. So I can't knock the match itself, except WWE's just not doing a good job. So we'll see how long this continues. Obviously, they have the mask versus mask match May 30th in AAA. So obviously, someone's going to get unmasked, and that their character for the El Grande Americano is going to die. So it just sucks that they're kind of throwing these guys on there with no substance. But a good match is a good match. I'll take it. Then we get a little backstage segment where LA Knight calls out the Usos, saying that they teamed up to take out the Vision because they were bad, and they're basically hypocrites because they're doing the same thing. They're teaming up with Roman. So he's just mad at them for teaming up with Roman. And he has a good point here. And the Usos say, no, this ain't your business. Not now. Not the time. But LA Knight just goes in on him. So there's that. I don't know what they're gonna. Man, I'm so scared for LA Knight right now. I have no idea what they're gonna do with him. Is he just gonna keep doing these backstage segments? Because I feel like for the past 3-4 years, he feuds with big factions, and he has to find teammates and just to take them out. That's what I just feel like this is for LA Knight, and it just doesn't work. I mean, can WWE just put him in a blood feud with someone in the mid card? Like, they can't find anyone for him to just have a blood feud with, a one-on-one feud with, and just give us something with LA Knight, because we know you're not going to push him. You're not going to do shit with him. So just give us something, just anything with LA Knight. Just not have him feud with a bunch of factions just to get his ass beat and then go disappear for a few months and cut a few backstage promos or talk to the Usos in the back. I'm just scared for LA Knight, man. WWE just doesn't know how to use him right, and it sucks, because I love watching him talk. He's okay in the ring. Man, it's a real nervous time to be an LA Knight fan. Then we get another really interesting, good segment. We have a backstage interview, sit-down interview with Ethan Page and Michael Cole, and Ethan Page is kind of like a male version of Becky Lynch, and I fucking love it, man, because I genuinely want to punch him through my fucking TV screen. He is good, man. Oh my gosh, he basically comes in, he's all cocky again, all ego. Just he gives Michael Cole the questions to ask and tells Michael Cole that he doesn't know how to do his job. Essentially, it's just being a complete and utter dickhead, just being a fucking douchebag. And dude, it drove me crazy. And he's basically saying that he's the best. He's proud of the way he looks, and he's just being completely and utterly obnoxious, just like Becky Lynch. And it's working, man. It is working. He has built the way his character is. He's built himself for just success in the future. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win the title at Saturday Night's main event, but boy, does he have a future, because I cannot stand this bastard. Yeah. I mean, he is going to be able to carry Raw and carry some of these superstars that don't have the biggest character or not the best mic skills. He's gonna be able to carry them for many years to come, just because he's so damn good. So I love this interview with Michael Cole and Ethan Page. It was great, and I still just want to beat the fuck out of Ethan Page. And then this is my one lowest, but on the night here we got Brie Bella versus Paige versus Roxy and Roxanne Perez and Raquel. I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to figure out how to say this in the nicest way possible. Brie Bella, she's fucking horrible, bro. If you've watched wrestling for as long as I have, you look at her in ring, and she's been in the WWE for like fucking 20 years now. She couldn't even hit the ropes right. Like, I guarantee you, if you throw me in the ring, I could run the ropes better than Brie Bella, because this shit was so goddamn bad. It was horrible, and it's hard. It's really hard for me to say this about talent. Or no, it's not, because she sucks. Anyways, the match goes on. Raquel looked good. She was able to grab a Paige, swing her into the barricade, swing her into the side of the ring. Roxanne looked good, just her normal heelish stuff from them too. But it ends with Liv trying to distract the referee, and Brie Bella rolls up Roxanne Perez, and they pick up the win here. These women's tag team titles on them just doesn't make any sense to me. It is the worst thing. They're not believable to beat any of these teams. I just don't get it. They face Lash Legend and Nia Jax at Saturday Night's main event. I hope they lose them, because there's just no interest in these two kind of just randomly paired tag team of Paige and Brie Bella to win anything here. So I hope they lose the titles. And Paige can make a singles run, because I think she'll be way better as a singles competitor. She'll be able to cut promos one-on-one with people and won't have this fucking burden of a Bella next to her. So, and the Bellas can just go be a tag team together, because I don't know. But anyways, that was my one down spot on the match. But then, boy, do we get a shocker. The biggest shocker of the night was Oba's open challenge. He's coming to the ring doing his normal Oba strut. Everyone's going absolutely bananas. He's doing the little thing in the ring with his little silhouette and the lights behind him. and he gets attacked. And at first, I didn't even know who it was. I'm sure no one knew who it was. And we get the return of Brock motherfucking Lesnar. This, when you can, like I've said before, when you can surprise me and you can leave me shocked and you can leave my jaw hitting the floor, you've done a darn good job. Because this was mind-boggling. I didn't expect this at all. Not one bit of me was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna maybe see Brock Lesnar on Raw a month after WrestleMania. I did not. That didn't cross my mind not one time. I don't think it, and no one better lie. It did not cross any of your minds. It did not cross no one's mind that, you know what, Brock Lesnar is gonna show up tonight and answer the open challenge and F5 Oba 4 fucking times, and he fucking ragdolled him. Oba's a big man. Like, he is 6'8", 6'9", probably like, I think it's like 310 or whatever. He F5'd him 4 times so effortlessly. And finally, Brock Lesnar is able to stand tall over Oba Femi after getting pretty much squashed in their WrestleMania match. Oh, this was shocking. And later on, Adam Pearce is going to find Brock Lesnar, and he finds Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman says he has a contract for a match between Brock and Oba, the biggest rematch of all time. Boy, WWE hit it out the park with this one, just purely because of the surprise. Obviously, the build-up is not going to be that big because they only got one more week, and they have nothing to go back and forth, but you don't need a build-up. The build-up was before Mania. The build-up was Mania. They're going to have a match in Italy with Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. That's all it needs to be. And obviously, that's hype enough. So WWE, good job. You surprised me. You got me. Just great. It's fucking amazing. So I'm not going to turn this down. Obviously, Oba Femi still needs to win. I don't give a damn that Brock Lesnar's back. Because obviously, I think I've never been a big fan of Brock Lesnar. He's completely overrated. His matches suck. This match is probably going. My last match was 4 minutes. I bet this one's going to be maybe 5.5, 6. So yeah, great job. Can't wait to see it. I'm getting a double thumbs up for this. This way, we don't have Oba Femi just doing random open challenges. And now he has something a little bit longer of a feud to get him over until he's the world champ. And then we get the main event of the night. For a change, it wasn't a bloodline. It is Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory. It ends up being Austin Theory that answers the challenge from Seth Rollins. It's an okay match. I mean, Seth Rollins, everyone knows how he's in the ring. It was an okay match. You know, Theory's attacking the ankle of Seth Rollins, and Logan Paul is throughout the match is trying to cheat, trying to help Austin Theory. And then it's just rinse and repeat of every week. Seth Rollins is able to hit a pedigree, pick up the win over Austin Theory, and then Logan Paul attacks. The Street Profits come out, and Braun Breaker comes out, and they just all start feuding and beating each other up and fighting. And obviously, Braun Breaker ends up standing tall with the Vision. Now it's kind of getting played out now. I'm sorry. I said this is something that could go on for several months now, maybe till SummerSlam, but for me, it's just kind of getting played. It's very, very repetitive. It's just them, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker fighting. They had their one in-ring kind of promo going back and forth, and it was all right. It was pretty good. I liked it, but I don't know how much longer this feud can go on with just them trying to attack each other from behind or whip each other's asses. Because, like I said, it's getting repetitive. But it just don't seem right, man. Braun Breaker teaming up with Theory and Logan Paul, it just don't look right. It don't feel right. It just don't sound right. And Braun Breaker is really lost me with when he's doing this with Seth Rollins and that, like, it's really hurting his stock. It's really hurting Braun Breaker's stock, in my opinion. They need to do something. They need to make a change. They need to do something to really re-elevate Braun Breaker, because he did get the win over Seth Rollins, which is big. But what's it gonna follow up with? I'm not too sure. So a little bit nervous about this feud, and they gotta add just a little bit of something else, whether that be a return or obviously maybe a slight team up with the Seth Rollins and Street Profits. But then again, that doesn't really intrigue me a bunch, or I don't even think WWE is really going to pull the trigger on that. So WWE needs to figure something out with this feud, because it's starting to lose me. I'm going to give it more time just because of how big these superstars are, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, that being. But yeah, so that was the end of the show. It was a pretty good show, and yeah, pretty good show. I mean, I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. primarily because of the return of Brock Lesnar. It just shocked me. So, yeah, I will we'll wrap this video up. I'll probably doing a main event, Saturday night's main event predictions video. Well, I'll react to that one on Saturday night when that happens. So stay tuned for these next few videos. I'm gonna keep churning these out. Maybe throw some NBA about my Cavaliers if I feel like I want to do that. If I have some stuff to get off my chest, so stay tuned for possibility of that. I'm not too sure, but anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.